with the ba ba ba.
No, there was no.
Right.
I didn't have the intonation.
You know what
needed.
my neighbor said though?
B-Shape, stop ducking the real topic.
You know what my neighbor said though?
Huh.
I have to laugh. I'm not going to give his name out. He goes, "Ooh, that's terrible." Bison meat is good though.
I saw that coming.
I'm gonna turn this around. I'm gonna do.
I saw that
And I
coming.
looked at him. I go, "You're damn right it is." What are we doing with that? You know?
I'm guessing they didn't aim very well to
No,
keep
they're-
the meat safe.
Oh, that probably wasn't in
Yeah.
consideration.
Dude.
They probably
They shot him in the head.
Yeah, I'm sure
Those
they
guys knew what
they
they're
missed a
doing.
couple times.
Nah, they're right there close, man.
That's true.
Didn't you hear?
You
Ba 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 ba.
Yeah,
You have to be
I'm
close.
saying, yeah, all those shots, so many because one shot. If they were hitting him in the head, they needed that many shots.
It's a really cool thing.
Were there 3 of them?
There's way more than that.
Oh, I thought there was.
It sounded like a horde,
Oh wow!
like a whole.
There's a ton of them. I don't know how many
Wouldn't-
escaped, but
Wouldn't
a
you-
herd.
I
A
heard-
horde.
You said horde.
I
you
heard you.
Thank you. I was like, isn't herd the better word?
Herd
is like
But here's the thing. Let's
The better
transition to the
word.
real topic, and I'm going to do this. I got a Cam Janssen transition. You ready for this?
What?
Woo! The cops had to put down the bison last night in the county, and in Pittsburgh, we might have to put down a Cardinals pitcher.
Oh my!
B-shape. Your thoughts after that game?
No, the pitchers are
That was
fine.
great.
The
No,
lineup.
no, sorry. Woo! I forgot to back end it the Cam way.
Oh, you about to play that drop so people
That
understand.
did leave containment. I just saw a fan posted on Twitter the other day. The your infamous little spiel. I saw somebody tag.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but
I
it
don't
was
know.
just a listener that had posted it and said, "Hey, I was listening back to yesterday's show."
Let's
and I-
go, Jimmy. There's bombs in Israel. There's bombs in Iran, but there was bombs last night at Bush Stadium, baby. Let's go.
and now we are banned
So
from
insensitive.
YouTube, just
So
like that.
insensitive. Oh,
It's so bad.
it's so bad.
Just
God.
like that, man.
Man, oh man, my bad on that. My bad on that. Whoa, God Almighty.
Anyway,
Anyway,
We can talk about anything, and you're asking to talk about the Cardinals. I mean, of all the things going on, there's a bison. You know,
I want that bison
as soon as you said, yeah, as soon as you kind of made the phrase about him killing a bunch of bison, I was like, well, I have a Cam Janssen transition for the Cardinals
pretty
game
good.
right here in my head now, and I just have to do it. We don't actually have to talk about the Cardinals game. It was a pretty crappy.
no, it
game.
was funny.
I mean, somebody chimes in and goes, I missed the beginning of the story. What kind of animals were they? Was Charlie Marlowe shooting dogs?
Oh,
my God.
No, he wouldn't do that.
No,
I
he
think he
wouldn't.
just
He just wouldn't give them any love.
and I think
And
he's
get rid of them.
and look, to his point, I think sometimes we're just a little bit comfortable with dogs being
This dog not only provided love, but it provided tremendous value.
Oh, here's the story for it. So it was, 3 escaped bison shot and killed by Franklin County deputies.
So this is all this is
Ding.
out there, huh?
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
told you they're at our house, baby.
We gotta-
You think I'm dreaming
No,
this?
I didn't think
We
you
gotta
made
start-
it up.
we gotta
but
start doing
I
like
was partying.
we
I
gotta
didn't
start
know
doing
the
like
news
point
was on top of it.
counters. We gotta start doing like point counters when things like that happen.
Locals react.
The weird part is, like, my neighbor right next to me, who's like my age, hockey player. So weird that we moved in right next to each other at the same time. He's putting in a 45-foot pool.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
and,
dope.
and it's going literally over a crane over our house. We have all these people are outside watching it, and all of a sudden there's bison cruising around getting shot. Weird. That's what we do out in Franklin County, baby. Even the wealthy part. You deal with that kind of stuff. Sheriff deputies in Franklin County shot and killed 3 bison Tuesday after the animals escaped nearby corral and injured County Steve. Oh, yeah. Bison were approaching a community of St. Albans after escaping by the nearby farm. The deputies couldn't risk the danger to the public.
I guess not.
Damn, man. Wow. Anyway,
Sometimes when you tell a
Oh,
story,
they
it's
showed
like
my house.
we're in Cam's world now, and then you forget that it can leave containment, and you know the news could talk about it, and then it becomes a little bit more real. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I know. You're like, is this like
one of Cam's deals, or is this like something that really?
what? Like my lying deal?
No, I didn't say that.
Fabrication.
I didn't say that.
What
I
do you-
didn't say that.
What are you saying,
He just,
sir?
he just got duped by fake news again.
Sometimes, well,
We all got rocked. Rock. You know that.
Not all of us.
Yeah, you've never been rocked before?
By fake news?
Yeah, you have.
I triple check everything at this point in my life,
get
man.
out of here.
Surely at some
Get
point.
out of- Come on now.
I have not got
We've
NBA
all
sent out
gotten
yet. I
duped.
have not got sent out yet.
I don't tweet anything.
Cam, just so you know, the animal people are pissed off with the way Franklin County deputies handle the situation.
Uh-oh.
PETA's asking questions, as well as the St. Louis Zoo and the Missouri State Animal Control.
Whoa.
What'd your boys do?
They shot the damn
Did
thing.
your little stormtroopers get a little uppity?
It was probably we're in Franklin County.
this is taking a turn.
This is wow.
You take out one
Interesting.
Franklin County residence, and we take you out.
What are you supposed to do, man? They're not listening. They're freaking out. And there were in like mating season too. Oh, jeez, Louise. That thing gets a hold of you. Woo! You're going to be in for a treat. Damn, interesting. I didn't know that. I did not know that. How do we look on YouTube, by the way? You guys could check out YouTube.
We're working on it. We're getting it up and running.
Just go to YouTube, and it's Lou.
Joe says it's good. I'm still making a thumbnail. Is that okay? I'm making a picture as we go. Rocchio, I need you to send me a headshot.
Thumbnail.
Oh, boy.
You're going to like this.
The headshot?
You don't want to be like on the photo?
I'll give you I don't have a headshot.
You should put a headshot.
No,
of
I
him.
have.
Look at what I got so far.
No. I have one.
That's
from,
goddamn.
I have
That's
one
pretty
from-
good, right?
I have one from
Damn
my
good
soccer. I have one. I have like a bunch from my that
I want to put Rocchio's big head right here.
Make
You
it-
son of a.
It'll take up the rest of the screen.
Dude, make it half and half. Like his head could not fit
Yeah.
over.
Like it would be good for like an in joke. I don't know if it'll be good for getting people to click it from YouTube, but
You know what? You're a jerk.
Dude,
that would be really funny. His head's just like hanging off half the screen.
You're an ass.
that's funny, man.
That would be pretty good.
You are an ass. You know that.
Oh, I might
I'm just
even
gonna-
see my
You're
short
showing
one.
us behind ourselves. Is that? I guess is that so we can read the comments? What's the goal there, Joe?
Oh, that's
Should I lean?
smart. Oh, I don't like this.
It's like
look at all.
Inception. It's like Inception
I
of.
do look tiny with a big head. Oh,
It's just going to be tough because that's going to be like delayed by a minute or two. I don't really know.
actually, it's not. It's not that badly delayed.
No, it's
Okay.
like 5 seconds. 5
All right.
seconds. Rock's melon ain't.
You could just
fitting
throw
in
like
that
a Lou infographic on that TV, you know, instead of the feed. I don't know. It's nice to see it, but anyway,
Oh,
Let me.
sorry.
I'm trying to email
Andy
you
likes
something,
to
Schaeffer.
text me
Give a
during the
second
show.
here.
does he?
Oh, it's not like he knows you're on the air or anything.
No,
Jesus
he doesn't
Christ,
care.
Andy.
No, he doesn't
Good
care.
Lord.
Okay, Rock, he doesn't
Listen,
care.
Scoops.
You think I'm texting him when I know he's on? Get on with yourself.
Scoops. I care about Mikhail Granlund right now. Not
He's
what you're.
signed.
Well, he's not coming.
He's signed.
I know. I'm
He's not
Yeah,
coming.
he's
Let me-
an
let me make
Anaheim,
the joke.
baby.
Let me just
Oh,
let me
my
make the
bad.
joke.
Sorry.
I don't. I care about Mikhail Granlund, not what you're texting Cam. Janssen.
Rocchio, you're going to miss your window to be on the
I'm
photo.
putting in. I'm emailing you a photo. Jesus Christ.
Do you want it? Do you want your big melon on the photo or not?
I'm just emailing you. My
And of
God.
course, the cat is not here
Why are you
today,
so angry?
so he does not get to be on the photo today. But I'll make a more permanent
You're
one
an angry little elf.
eventually. That's
Do the picture of him
Very
from like
nice.
2001 that he still uses.
oh, the one for the cat.
Yeah.
It's so funny because at the
2001.
it's like at the
We need to
beginning
make-
of the broadcast they show that.
We need to make fun of people for this more. People who are a little bit older. And I'm not saying you're aging poorly. I'm just saying that
You don't look like you used to
you
look.
can't put a picture from 14 years ago and act like I'm supposed to be like, oh, that's a natural representation. I met somebody
What about my
who
profile
I
pic?
thought was in their mid 30s, and then I shook their hand and I'm like,
In a
this
hockey
person
uniform?
is in their
Yeah.
mid 50s.
No, I shouldn't do
I
it.
was looking for something more recent from you too.
No,
but-
no.
Former
Should I-
athletes are a little different.
Should I change my profile pic on
No,
Twitter?
in
and
your
stuff?
case, like people know you played on the Blues. It's good to
Yeah, right?
keep
I
that
gotta-
affiliation.
Former athletes are different.
Okay, that's fine.
You guys get to
You have
live,
your own
you guys
rules.
get to constantly live in the best moment of your lives.
Yeah,
It's one of the best things about working your asses off to that point is if you make it the rest of your life, you are allowed. One of the few people who are allowed to. You get to live in the prime of your life, and no one gets to judge you for that because you did that.
because you did a cool thing.
Thank you. Appreciate
It's
that.
like astronauts, rock stars,
There it
sports
is.
stars. You guys are all
Yeah.
you guys all get to live
We're like
in the
astronauts.
coolest
That's
things
right.
you did. Whereas regular people, we kind of have to move on and keep finding new things to.
So
be
this
happy
isn't
about.
cooler than when playing for your hometown
It's
team?
not. No.
Hey, Rock, thanks for sending me the blurriest image in the history of humanity.
Jesus Christ, I'm trying to
It's a
send you a
good-looking
screenshot.
picture.
of
Yeah, it is.
Canva.
If it had pixels associated with it, that's okay.
It was not out of.
We're just doing this on the fly
I know
here.
this is
It
bad.
wasn't out of focus.
What do you got?
Because this is the screenshot I have
Oh.
on my latest.
That's the pool. Getting in my neighbor's putting a pool in.
All right, that is going to be nice.
Okay, in fairness, in fairness, if you'll allow me to explain, it doesn't look blurry.
It's
when
just so
when
small.
I used it on my head.
Yeah.
You see how like on my thumbnail, it doesn't look blurry.
It's just.
What's that thumbnail say right there, Rock? What do you
Will
got going?
Klaus's hat trick lead to a midseason breakout?
Will it?
That was our thumbnail for our podcast from 2 weeks ago.
Did it
Yeah, when
lead
they
to?
tied.
Okay, so now we know. Did it lead to a mid-season breakout?
He had a really good game against Orlando City, and the entire team was complete crap against Houston. So not yet.
All right, that's your soccer talk for the day.
Yep, we're done there.
On
Oh,
Hot
hey, the
Take
United States
Central
men's
2.0.
national team is playing in St.
That's
Louis
true.
tonight.
Yeah,
That's
babe.
true.
Come on.
Sold out.
I know that
Sold out.
matters.
And the resellers are trying to cash the F in.
Here's another little soccer tidbit that I don't know if you saw, but
Hit me.
China,
Oh, God.
China,
You just wanted to say it like that.
they launched their first humanoid soccer league, and you haven't seen that yet.
You're
Humanoid?
I'm sorry. I need you to explain to me a humanoid
I
soccer
don't. What does
league?
humanoid mean? Is that?
You're the one who used the word.
That's what I got from the article.
Oh.
Yeah, are you sure this article's real?
Yes. Here, Andy's calling me right now.
He's on
Dude,
the air.
I'm live on the air. Just so you know.
Welcome into the show. just having a grand old time here. He'll call him
We are
back.
having quite the show. Okay, I thought this is what you meant. I thought this is what you meant when you said it, but humanoid robot soccer.
Yeah, humanoid robot soccer. That's what
Okay, that's what I thought you were saying.
Was I wrong? I'm sorry. Did I get got?
The BBC's headline says, watch, humanoid robots stumble through football match in China. I'll read the caption here. Humanoid robots kicked, scored, and tumbled while watching a R-O-B-O, league football tournament in Beijing, China on Saturday. 4 teams faced off in a series of 3-on-3 games, with the robots operating autonomously using AI-driven strategies. The event served as a preview to the upcoming World Humanoid Robot Games being held in Beijing in August.
You can bet on that, probably.
Man.
I feel like you shouldn't be able to bet on it.
Did you see how
I would
goofy
like to
they
bet
look?
on it.
I'm watching the video right now,
They're falling down,
and
can't get up.
I agree. They look goofy now, Cam, but 15 years and an M4 in their hands, and all of a sudden they don't look very flippin' goofy anymore, do they?
You're dang right. Yep, with rocket launchers attached to them.
Yeah.
They could run like the T1000.
An arm-mounted Bellinelli M4.
That could run like the T1000? Yeah.
Yeah.
With what's his name? Patrick, damn good actor. He was the guy in Sopranos that was controls gambling.
These things don't look scary, but if you have 3 million of them marching in sync,
yes,
I'm a little terrified. It's got some episode 1 battle droids sense to it.
So
the Star Wars.
They're just playing soccer. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
not yet. I agree with Rock on this.
Imagine all of a sudden if they're kicking, all of a sudden instead of kicking a soccer ball around,
door down,
that
and
too.
they're getting you. Man, scary. The female was in heat, and the 2 males were chasing after her. That's why it jumped over the fence.
Okay.
And then the males followed. Oh my God. Scary. That's what's going on by me. You guys want to go for a quick break and then talk about the Bolduc trade?
We can do that.
You want to do that and keep this thing kind of cruising a little bit?
I'm still working on the YouTube. We're going to keep getting that fired up.
By the way, you could text in 314-590-3770, or you can go on YouTube too and go to Lou Info. And we're going to be live on YouTube. I still think we are live on YouTube, baby. Let's go. Okay. We'll be back. This is Hot Take Central 2.0.
Earl Austin Jr. and Coach Ron Zetcher, 2 encyclopedias of local sports knowledge, together each Saturday morning at 10. Only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Lunchtime just got a whole lot better at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. From mouth-watering wraps to loaded quesadillas to bold flavor-packed sandwiches, Hot Shots has something fresh every single day, along with your favorite wings, burgers, and pizza that you know and love. And don't sleep on those Hot Shots tacos. Plus, if you gotta be in and out quick for lunch, Hot Shots has you covered every day starting at 11 a.m. Find your nearest Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill now at hotshotsnet.com. That's hotshotsnet.com.
Let's talk about your health insurance. There are a lot of reasons why people need affordable health insurance. But here's the bottom line. You know you need affordable health insurance. For you, a spouse, a family member, whatever. I'm going to give you a free hotline to call to find affordable health insurance that can cover all your health insurance needs in case you get sick or have an emergency. Plus, cover vision, dental, and more. And there are no long-term commitments. You can keep your plan as long as it's affordable. And for the price of a cup of coffee. We're not talking about one of those fancy coffees. For the price of a regular cup of coffee a day, you can have quality, affordable health insurance. Call the health insurance hotline for a free quote.
800-373-8414. 800-373-8414. 800-373-8414. That's 800-373-8414.
Summer in St. Louis means one thing: Cardinals baseball. It's more than a game. It's an STL tradition. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the boom of the fireworks. It's the soundtrack to summer for Cardinals Nation. So grab your cap and glove and take your spot in the stands, because in St. Louis, baseball is more than a melody. It's our favorite song. Hey, Cardinal fans, hydrate like a champ. Head to the ballpark Saturday, July 12th as the Cardinals take on the Braves. That day, 20,000 fans 16 and older score a City Connect tumbler courtesy of Coca-Cola and Quick Trip. Stay cool and sip in style all summer long with this 30-ounce stainless steel tumbler. Don't miss out on this fan-favorite giveaway. Grab your tickets today at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Nolan Gorman, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. Sheriff's deputies in Franklin County shot and killed 3 bison Tuesday after the animals escaped a nearby corral and injured one of their owners. Franklin County Sheriff Steve Pelton said the bison were approaching the community of St. Albans after escaping the nearby farm, and deputies couldn't take the risk to the public. The St. Louis Fire Department announced the line-of-duty death of a firefighter. Lee Krause, a 27-year veteran of the department, died Tuesday after experiencing a medical emergency while on duty Sunday. The department did not give further details on his cause of death. His decades of service to the citizens of St. Louis reflect a life of dedication, sacrifice, and honor, said the fire department in a statement. An Australian domestic flight was delayed for 2 hours after a stowaway snake was found in the plane's cargo hold, said officials on Wednesday. The snake was found on Tuesday as passengers were boarding at Melbourne Airport, Brisbane. That according to snake catcher Mark Pelly. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Sandy Connor.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We have a cold front off to our west. It will stay pretty hot around our area today, though. A shower or thunderstorm possible. Mix of sun and clouds, and we're headed for about 90 and very humid. The heat index at about 100. Might get some showers overnight. We're in the upper 60s, and then slightly cooler on Tuesday, sunny and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Fenton Bar and Grill, home of the best things in the St. Louis area and the best servers in town. Fenton Bar and Grill is located on Rudder Road in Fenton, just minutes away from the soccer park. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., so anytime is a good time to enjoy Fenton Bar and Grill. While you're there, say hi to Chuck, the 2024 Mater D of the Year. And know you'll always be around people that love sports. It's a guaranteed great time at Fenton Bar and Grill. Learn more at fentonbarandgrill.com.
This Independence Day, honor and remember all those who fought and are still fighting for our freedom. This salute courtesy of Go Global Industrial Supply of St. Charles, family owned and operated, serving the community with integrity and pride. For hydraulic and air hose repairs, hardware tools, and all other equipment or hardware supplies, call 636-925-3145. That's 636-925-3145. That's Go Global Industrial Supply of St. Charles, proudly saluting our armed forces.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow all the station's social media accounts and podcasts. Find out how at louinfo.com. Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Yeah, baby. 8:30 Wednesday. Let's go. Get up and get them in. 314-590-3770. You can watch on YouTube at Lou Info on YouTube, and we are live. We'll wave to you right now. What's up? What's going on? Cam Janssen, Matt Rocchio, Brenden Schaeffer. We're doing our thing. Where are you waving at?
Charlie, you made an interesting point this week on your program that I was listening to.
There's something with the headphone volume.
Skechers are cool.
Skechers
are cool.
Frankie.
Is YouTube getting the drops as well?
YouTube will be getting anything that goes over the air. So yeah, YouTube is getting the drops. So they can
for a moment there, YouTube was getting nothing. But Cam was talking to a microphone for an hour, not knowing that the volume isn't up yet. Like he's like, "Yeah, baby."
Never knows.
And then I'm looking at the
a
red
lot
lights.
of trans news.
Not on.
Yeah, but I'm like,
Cam, I'm trying to pop music up and slowly bring Cam in, and Cam's already in the middle of talking.
He's had to go.
8:30 on a Wednesday. Big trade news yesterday with the St. Louis Blues. I know you guys all touched on it because it happened right after our show.
A lot of trade news.
A lot of trade. That's great.
That was fantastic.
So a lot of trans news.
Yeah, let's get into it.
There is actually a lot of trans news with Leah Thomas. Anyway, we might get into that later. I don't know. Listen, Zach Bolduc, I got to give him a shout out, man. Going on the road trips with these guys, he's the nicest kid. He's big. He's physical. he had a hell of a year. He was just breaking out with Jim Montgomery, really playing great hockey, man. He's got a hell of a shot on the power play. Remember one time he back checked and laid somebody out in a real physical game. And then Robert Thomas almost gets run over at center ice at the end of the game. And he comes over and two hands a guy and cross checks him right in the back, gets booted out of the game, sticking up for Robert Thomas. That kid has high potential, man. He's got a high ceiling, and he's probably going to score 30 goals for the Montreal Canadiens. But this Logan Mailloux, which no one really knows too much about besides what happened in Sweden when he was 17 years old with another female. I know you guys heard that story.
Yeah.
It's terrible, not good. And his draft stock crumbled, and rightfully so. But the Montreal Canadiens.
Was it a deal where they said, "Hey, don't draft me"?
Yeah,
he said, "Don't draft me,"
and then they
Mark
did.
Bergevin, who we had on our podcast, the Cam and Strick podcast, check that out. He came on. He's never done a podcast, and he came on. He answered all those questions, and he's like, "No, yeah, we're going to give him a second chance and take a shot at him." He's a big right-handed defenseman that could skate and score. Like, those guys are really hard to come by. In fact, they're the hardest player to really develop and find, especially through a trade when they're 22 years old, man. You're paying a lot of money for a potential top 4, top 2 big defenseman. So they're rolling the dice on it. As of right now, I think Montreal's won the trade, if you want to look at it like that. But, we'll see what happens with this kid. I think, Army did his research. Of course he did. He knows probably a lot about this kid.
We talked about how he talked about it too, about how they were big on him in that draft.
Yeah.
But they respected the decision that he said, "Don't draft me." And so they weren't in on him despite all that. And so they're big fans of him. And again, they're trading a 20 goal scorer, but Bolduc was never going to have.
Well, you're loaded on wing.
I don't think Bolduc's ceiling as a goal scorer was going to be that much higher than 25, 26. I don't know if he's ever going to be a 30 goal scorer consistently. You think he was?
Yeah, I think he will.
Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, you will.
It's a lot to give up, though, for a guy that we haven't seen at the NHL level. That's my main thing.
Yeah, these guys know more about him than you think. You know what I mean? And just the intangibles of being 6'3", 200, possibly 20 pounds.
He's very projectable. You can project that this is going to be a good
big
thing.
Time. So,
I like that. That was a good word.
And Army just, he snapped on it and said, "Let's go. Let's try this out." We are loaded on the wings, and Bolduc was going to slide down to that third line. And I just think that we haven't even enough of that position player right now. And then they're like, we're going to take a risk. And now they got a 6'3" potential number 1 defenseman for a long time as 22 years old.
And here's Doug Armstrong, courtesy of the St. Louis Blues yesterday, breaking down why they made the move. He talks a little bit about Mailloux, talks a little bit about the positional factor in the trade and all that.
Well, he's got excellent skater. He's got an excellent shot. Learning the game in a defending standpoint, but we think he's NHL ready now. I talked to him. I told him he'll have the opportunity to. He has a job now. It's his job to come into camp and keep it. I thought when you make a trade like this, it's a old-fashioned hockey trade, and it's very difficult to include Bolduc in any deal, and including this one. But when I look at our depth on the wing right now, if you go with Snuggerud and Kyrou on the other side, Buchnevich and Holloway, it seemed like an area of strength for ours. And then you look at our depth on the right side of the defense. Our top 4 players are both into their 30s. We used a number 1 pick last year to get Juracek, but adding Mailloux fills a void for us in our group today and tomorrow. And in a league where you have to give something to get something, we gave something that we had not a surplus in, but a good winger that we have wingers in, and I think Montreal gave something on the right defense that they have a surplus in. So time will tell how it works out, but I think both teams are excited.
Yeah, I mean, they got that Noah Dobson, paid only $9.5 for him. Big right-handed defenseman. They're hard to come by. They really are. So we got a big defense crew back there, man, like Parayko and Fowler. Broberg's big. Tucker is big. Don't forget about him. I mean, Fowler. Did I say Fowler? Because Fowler's a big boy. If you saw him walking around, he's big.
The only person in the top 6 you didn't mention was Falk, I think.
Falk's big too. He's a big kid. 6'1", 210?
Yeah,
he's big.
Big guy.
You know what I mean? So their D look pretty damn good if this kid pans out a little bit.
And I'm thinking if Falk just returns to any semblance of form,
he's got value too.
They're
by
playing
the way.
with house money at that point.
He's got value too. You don't think somebody? What's he making? $6 million. He get quarterback and power play, second power play unit. Him and Proberg were damn good last year. I don't care. All you Blues fans, they go up and down with certain guys. Falk's kind of in that mix right now where they're kind of hard on him, and I see that. But look at the numbers with Falk and Broberg last year. They were fantastic through that run.
So he's got 2 more years at 6.5.
2 more years, 6.5. How old is he?
And more importantly, they front loaded the money. So cash they're paying him these next 2 years is 4.5. They front loaded the cash. So there's obviously 6.5 AAV has been the run of the deal. But if you break down, if you look at the deal according to Spotrac, the cash in the first years was 9 million, 9 million, 5.8, 7.9. Last year it was 4.75. In these last 2 years of the deal, the cash is 4.5 million on a $6.5 million cap hit. So they're liking that deal. It gets easier on the actual ownership's pocketbook.
Somebody would want him.
That's a good deal.
Somebody would want Justin Falk. Just so you know.
And let me ask this on the other side of it: because you made this move, you traded away a forward that you liked that could end up as a 30-goal scorer. As Cam mentioned, he believes that Zach Bolduc will do that. You got a chance at this defenseman that you needed, and having that player for a long time, not paying that player a huge contract yet. Whereas the other thing you were talking about doing that, maybe we never thought they were going to do, but to accomplish a similar goal would have been to trade Kyrou, lose that, Bolduc may score 30 goals. We have seen Kyrou do it.
You're damn right.
And so you would have traded him to get that defenseman that would have been more likely like a guarantee to be that guy, but you're already paying that guy a big time salary when you get him. And so I think this was like, the opportunity cost breakdown to say, hey, let's take our shot at maybe being able to do something. I wouldn't say on the cheap, because again, what they gave up is noteworthy, but maybe a cheaper cost to get this done, maybe accomplishing a similar goal. And with some of the, I don't know that this is baked into it, because this off ice issue was pre-NHL draft 4 years ago. I mean, we it's since been litigated. And so, but maybe is there some world in which, other teams weren't so sure about this guy. They don't want the baggage.
Of course.
Say we might be getting this guy a little bit cheaper because of all that. And we've done our research to say he's going to be a model citizen. And you got to kind of trust Doug Armstrong, I think, in that regard, that he's done that research.
Lou Lamoriello does this kind of stuff too. He finds that guy that had a little bit of trouble. Mom and dad maybe not in the mix. Maybe he had a drinking problem. Maybe he got something in juniors, and no one wants to touch him. Lou would do that all the time with guys. Hell, he kept me around. I screwed up. A lot of guys screwed up, and he just tried to give you a second chance with different things, man. And so I like what Doug Armstrong's doing here. But now it's up to the coaches to really mold this player into what you want him to be.
Quick question on Bolduc, as kind of just looking at what they lost. And the only question I have is, because in the projection of Bolduc after they drafted him, the comment was always, not the fastest skater, is going to be, he's going to win minutes because he's going to give you some grit. He's going to add some hit. He's going to add some size. And so my question is yes, he just had a 19-goal season. I think we didn't expect that relative to his minutes played and things like that. But did he disprove the questions about his skating speed and his ability to become an elite player because of that?
He needs to work on his speed.
So then
that's my number one thing.
That's why I'm wondering, does
got a 30-goal shot.
Does that hold his ceiling down? Because his shot might be there, but can he get consistently in the spots to be a 30-goal scorer if he doesn't have
on
the
Montreal
speed?
On Montreal, with those quick forwards that they have, and getting
on the
top
Blues.
6 minutes
On the Blues getting
third line minutes, basically. Yeah, he got power play time, and you know what he did on the power play? He freaking scored.
That's a good point.
He scored he scored a ton on the power play right from that slot because he's got a really quick shot. So he's got ways to do it. And again, he goes to the net hard too. He does need to work on his speed. Like Kyrou, first 3 steps are so quick. He just gets away from you. Bolduc needs to work on that.
To your point, 12.
We don't care now.
12.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter to us.
12 of his 36 points, a third of his points this past year came on power play. 7 power play goals, 5 power play assists. 4 of his 36 points.
Yeah,
That's a good point. That's a good point,
man. With that, like he had a nice little setup with a Broberg, whoever was on the probably went Broberg, but Cam Fowler. We'll just kick it to him, kick it back, kick it right back to him, right in the slot, and he just get that little snapshot off.
I have tweeted out the link
All right.
to the YouTube. I had the thumbnail is live with Rocchio's
Why did
massive
you make
head.
mine the biggest?
Because
you
it
didn't
is
have to
the
make mine
biggest.
the biggest.
Your head's the
It's
biggest.
the least in focus photo. You could have made
You
Cam.
chose.
You could have made Cam in
No,
a Blues jersey the biggest part of the photo. What the hell are you doing to me, you son of a? I will come across this table.
Rocchio, that's disrespectful. Rocchio, that's disrespectful.
You know what?
I don't like this.
I've never met him, but for the respect of that, I've never met him. But I want Gabe to have a father, and so I won't slap the taste out of your mouth right now.
Here's
You
my
look
thing.
gigantic.
God,
Here's
you
my
son of
thing.
a-
What? 3 times as large as everybody else.
So your picture is so much better than mine. Make
No,
you the
mine's-
big head.
mine's
You've been
goofy.
insensitive today, and I don't like it.
No,
I
listen.
hate you so much.
Who suggested to me that I make Rocchio's head so large that it falls off the page halfway? That was you.
That was me. Yeah, you're right.
I toned it down from there, but I did make Rock the largest head in the picture.
So big in
Even
the
though it's
picture,
blurry.
you son of a-
And your eyes are like looking down, like, ugh.
It's not a bad picture,
You could've
Rocchio.
picked
It's
something
just
else.
No, I got the curly Q going a little bit.
the
Yeah.
problem is it's just a little blurry, but it's funny
made
that
it
you are as
massive.
large as
Holy
possible.
cow.
It's made to scale. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, my God.
You made yours tinier then, didn't you? You made yours tinier
Well,
than
Cam's
usual.
got a full body shot because he's in a Blues
I don't want to
uniform.
hear these excuses. You.
Mine? Because mine's the only one that was taken for this purpose. Like I did a screenshot of myself one time just to say I could throw my goofy face on YouTube because that's what Charlie Marlowe says you have to do. I'm not so convinced it works well, but I put Cam on there. That wasn't taken for the purpose of a YouTube thumbnail for Cam Janssen. He was in a Blues sweater, and so that plays. But no, mine was done with the purpose of in mind of, hey, I'm going to do it for this. Rocchio sends me a picture where he's like in the middle upper corner of it, which when you blow it up larger makes it blurry. But it's fine. This is just all a work in progress. I just wanted to get something up to let people know, hey, we're talking about hockey. Here's what the name of the show is. Here's the deal. And then, we'll go from there. We'll get
I
it
like our
refined
logo,
from there.
though. Our logo looks pretty badass.
It's nice. It's nice.
I don't know who
I
made
really
that.
like the
It's
logo.
pretty cool.
I really like the logo.
It's pretty
too.
cool. Anyway, Fox signs with Dallas. Blues signed Nick Butestead. He's a good player. He's a little older. He's solid. He'll be a solid fourth line centerman. I mean, he crunches numbers and analytics. It looked good, I guess. You know how some of those I just look at, I'm like, I don't know what that even
Is he
means.
like 6'6"?
No.
Or like 6'4", something like that. That's the only, I saw the
I
size
don't
and I was
know.
like, this
Is
dude's
he
like
that
huge,
big?
isn't he?
Let's look that up right quick. I don't think
Or maybe I'm
so.
thinking of maybe I'm thinking of one of the other guys they were looking at. 6'5", 205.
Whoa,
he's a big cat.
He's a big
As soon as I see that, I'm like, you're
Bustad.
my third or fourth line center all day long. 6'5", 205 all day long, Bustad. You're my boy. I love it. You're huge.
You just care about the size. That's
Yes,
all you're
that's all I
looking
care
at.
about.
Sorry, I get
I
distracted.
mean, he's been an NHL player for 12 years.
Yeah, he's been around.
13 years. He clearly knows what he's doing. But yeah, you tell me that he's 6'5", and I'm like, yeah, he'd be the third or fourth line center. That's fine. That works.
Sorry, Rock. I got distracted.
Oh,
you watching TV?
Oh no, there's a shark. There's a shark attack on television. God bless it.
I get distracted so easily. It's unbelievable.
I told you we got to turn that damn
Like a
TV off.
7-year-old with trains. Jesus Christ.
New safety
Oh, a squirrel.
measures following suspected shark attack. Woo! Lot of people down there.
Train.
I'm just telling you. Shark attacks. Woo, baby. Anyway, so yeah, you slotted that Bukestead in there for that fourth line, who was fantastic last year. Anytime you needed energy or a spark or whatever, or a big time goal or a big time hitting shift or a big time faceoff or a big time block, that line would do it. That line, the Walker line, with the big Russian, what's his name? I'm blanking on
Putin. Alexandrov?
No.
Oh, Torpchenko.
Torpchenko, who I love, by the way. Nicest
Torpchenko.
guy. Speaking of
I'm telling you, man, there's an extra
He's a
level.
monster.
There's an extra level of his offensive game because of how fluidly he skates at his
Love
size.
him.
I firmly
love him.
I was on it that he was more than a fourth liner, and I'm on it that he's more than just like a low level third liner. I think legitimately there's another level because he's so fluid for how big he is.
He goes to the net.
Here's one thing about him. He's got Not that shoulder dip.
Yeah.
The guys who are that big, you wonder if they have the balance to dip that shoulder low and use that as a way to get around people. And he's got that shoulder dip. I think there's another level.
I agree, man.
For Toropchenko.
Yep.
And he's one of those guys who he doesn't find it until that mental and physical maturity hits at like 27,
Well, he got
28.
tires pumped last
That's
year.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so when he hits like 27, 28, you get him you give him a solid little deal like you've seen these other guys get 4 years, $2.5-3 million per year. Say we're taking care of you, and you're still going to be 31 years old. You can get one pop off if you have a 40, 50 point season. That's
But 2 years ago,
that's his career.
He had how many goals? And then this year he didn't score that much, but their line was fantastic. And I'll tell you this. I've seen him get hit. By the way, I've seen him crush guys. Every game he crushes somebody. Literally crushes somebody. Every game he also gets crushed.
So he had 21 points last year with 14 goals. This year he only had 18 points with just 4 goals.
Yeah, he didn't.
And his time on the ice has been about the same. 12:31 last year and 12:30 this year.
Yeah, but those are solid minutes, man.
Yep.
That line was
82 games and 80
solid,
games,
dude.
You think they'll expect a lot more out of Toropchenko this coming year?
Sure.
Like role-wise, they're probably going to level him up a bit.
They're going to expect a lot of that line too, man. There's the big reason why they went on that huge run is because of that fourth line just grabbing important minutes and making things happen game in and game out, dude. Watching those guys, on those road trips when I was in California doing the games, man, you don't miss a second of the damn game. You see every second and evaluate and they were fantastic.
You know what? I would want to talk. I've always wanted to ask like guys like Barrett Jackman, who went from playing to scouting really fast. Just kind of like
he's
how
scouting.
He did like out of the gate.
Oh yeah, he's like, I'm done with
I think
this.
he got a little sick of it pretty fast because I think he was the entry level guy, and so they were sending him to Canada and having to do like 8-hour road trips between games, and he's like, I just
don't want to do that.
Finished the show. Why
made $50 million
this? But the guys like that who love the game, and it's like, how are you watching the game? Like, how does it change? Like, how does it change how you watch a game when you're watching a prospect as opposed to when you were watching your teammates up in the press box 6 months prior to that? That's the kind of stuff that fascinates me when guys who know the game obviously and love it go from the ice to the scouting and start watching it.
Well, you have to do that to work your way up in management and whatnot. But you know what he likes watching? His kid play.
That works.
It reminds me
who's going to play. He's playing, I believe, for Erie.
Oh,
in the OHL.
Good for him.
It reminds me of the holiday thing where, he thought, I want to get into coaching, managing. And then you think about it for a moment. You're like, I don't have to do this
Why
yet.
would you want? Now, Walt does. Walt scouts. Now, I think he picks and chooses where he wants to go.
He's got a kid on every NHL team, though. He's got one over here, one over there.
I think he goes to Europe and stuff, man. Like, he's in every important meeting with the Army and Steiner and all them. Hell, Steiner's got to go scout. You don't think he's going to Sweden and watching some of these kids here and there? Army's always in Finland or something. They all travel.
Well, you got to be
They're
able
all
to
scouts.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's flying between Lucerne to whatever other crazy ass city there is to watch these games. He's not driving 8 hours on a snowy road in Canada between these ones.
No, he's flying 12 hours.
Exactly.
Not on a private jet, though.
Not on a private jet.
No, he's going to fly commercials.
A little different. By the way,
I don't know.
Steiner's little glasses look. You're not fooling me. I'm still scared of you. You're not softening things up.
I'm scared of him. How?
Steiner's always had a little bit of the edge because I not in like an actual like. He's gonna pump you in an alleyway kind of way, but he was always very combative in a fun way in the media scrums.
Yeah.
And so now I see him in the glasses, and I'm just like, he looks so innocent, but he's still Alexander Steen. He's not. He's
Alexander.
His little game. I see what he's trying to do,
dude. I look at him differently, man, and I have to. Steiner's not your teammate anymore. Although we have that bond, always will. When you're teammates with somebody, you always have that connection, man. Like it doesn't go away, but. He's Alexander now, and I got to respect the hell out of him.
You got to call him that?
Yeah.
Alexander?
I call him Steiner still.
I figure you would.
And, I scored 4 goals with him and Steve out in a game, and it was quite lovely. We had another connection.
Rocchio's mad at me.
What's wrong?
We'll tell you why after the break.
All right, let's go to break. We're going to regroup. Get him in, 314-590-3770. We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
The Dave Ramsey Show, weekday evenings from 6 to 9. Only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes, and knowledgeable support. Plus, insurance, so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. Sheriff's deputies in Franklin County shot and killed 3 bison Tuesday after the animals escaped a nearby corral and injured one of their owners. Franklin County Sheriff Steve Pelton said the bison were approaching the community of St. Albans after escaping the nearby farm, and deputies couldn't take the risk to the public. The St. Louis Fire Department announced the line-of-duty death of a firefighter. Lee Krause, a 27-year veteran of the department, died Tuesday after experiencing a medical emergency while on duty Sunday. The department did not give further details on his cause of death. His decades of service to the citizens of St. Louis reflect a life of dedication, sacrifice, and honor, said the fire department in a statement. An Australian domestic flight was delayed for 2 hours after a stowaway snake was found in the plane's cargo hold, said officials on Wednesday. The snake was found on Tuesday as passengers were boarding at Melbourne Airport for Brisbane. That according to snake catcher Mark Pelly. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Sandy Connor.
Here's your louinfo.com web update. We have a cold front off to our west. It will stay pretty hot around our area today, though. A shower or thunderstorm possible. Mix of sun and clouds, and we're headed for about 90 and very humid. The heat into about 100. Might get some showers overnight. We're in the upper 60s, and then slightly cooler on Tuesday, sunny and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Join your fellow St. Louis City SC fans at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. All St. Louis area Hot Shots locations are proud to be a part of City on Tap, presented by Michelob Ultra, the official network bringing St. Louis City fans and ice-cold beer together. Catch every exciting moment of the 2025 MLS season at Hot Shots. Since 1990, Hot Shots has championed St. Louis sports, and they're thrilled to keep the tradition alive for St. Louis City SC. Find the Hot Shots near you at hotshotsnet.com.
If you've been thinking about improving your smile, now's the perfect time. Hi, I'm Dr. Otto from Otto Orthodontics. We offer free consultations, the newest techniques, and treatment that's faster, more comfortable, and tailored just for you, whether it's Invisalign, braces, whitening, or even Botox. We're Missouri's #1 Invisalign provider with 5 convenient locations. And here's something special. Mention this ad when you call to schedule your free consult, and you'll get $1,000 off your treatment. Visit OttoOrtho.com to book your free consult today.
Hey everyone, Cam Janssen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314 344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City. 314-344-4400.
The Lou Information Station content can be found online at louinfo.com, on our Lou Info YouTube page, and you can find all our local shows on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search by name or find all the links at louinfo.com. Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
8:55 on a Wednesday. Hot Take Central 2.0 coming at you. This is the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at louinfo.com. 855-282-8255. That's the number to call in. But if you want to text in and chirp us, you're more than welcome to.
Deshaun Watson's for the people.
He is for the people.
Cam Janssen can tell you anything you want to know.
Lies, baby. Those Hadley drops are funny.
Oh,
Pretty good.
Kind of par for
When's the last time you saw him?
Right before he got fired.
A couple years, is that?
Yep. Yeah, that would have been August of 2021, 22, 21.
21.
And if I go the rest of my life without seeing him,
Be okay with it.
it'll be too soon.
Be okay with it.
He was hard on you too, wasn't he?
It's not that.
You've been in the game. I remember when I first got in, you were a board op.
You know what? It's not even hard on me. It's that he screwed me over, and we were good till that point. But stuff
guys like me who had an expiration date of 2012.
No, he just made some stuff up so he could hire somebody. He could hire his little buddy. But that's okay.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, we all went through a weird time.
Yeah,
a little wake up call in the radio biz.
That's what happens.
It was a bit. I'm still waiting for an email back. Oh yeah,
you're waiting for an email, Joe?
You need gift cards.
April 7th, 2020. He told me.
Oh, that's
great, man. He'll hit you back in 6 weeks.
What a difference.
COVID.
It's a substantial hole.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, what a difference, man. Retiring and then getting in the radio like that. Bam, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, you probably were like, what is going on?
Crime is not it takes time.
That had to be like a real kind of feeling out process for you when you first got into it.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
Yeah, like here are your new teammates.
Yeah.
And now you're going to talk about every sport possible that you haven't watched for the past.
Well, that part. Yeah, that part had to be an adjustment, but like the interpersonal dynamics of it were probably a lot different.
Yeah, just everything was different, man. Oh, I don't have to. Every day you go to the rink and you skate and you work out, and that's it. That's your life. And now you're like, oh, this is different. Who are these people? What do I need to do? What am I going to say something stupid right off the bat?
Probably,
and get jammed up.
Right.
Hitting for 10 years. I think
Did you do pretty good?
Did pretty good.
You've never had on the radio like a real.
Me and TJ went at it one time.
Did you now?
Yes. Oh yeah. He drove me nuts one day, and it got bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think I said anything like, but I knew I blew up.
Yeah.
I blew up a little bit,
You
but
could feel
no,
it.
I'm pretty good, man, about holding it in.
Yeah.
But you don't want to surround yourself with people that really drive you nuts either. Like I don't, like that's the thing. Like I remember I got pissed at Hadley though because we had our show and all of a sudden he gets hired and he comes, walks right in, sits down and starts.
He joined your show,
and I was losing my mind.
Oh, I bet.
Until things went down and all of a sudden he came on our show and it was actually hilarious.
Yeah,
because he was getting tortured by everybody. And
he came around once it kind of fell into place.
Yeah, then he was actually funny, but at the beginning, I honestly was so miserable. I wanted to kill him.
Yeah, that was all hunky dory for you, and then he moved you off that show.
Yeah, give me my own show,
and gave you your own show, and then I was there with him and TJ every day. For like a year.
Right. That's right.
Top of the afternoon to you, Andy.
Andy. Remember when Andy called in to John's show with COVID? Remember that?
I'm frustrating myself because I don't like to be a part of the problem.
An unbelievable drop.
It's pretty good.
I'm frustrating myself because I don't like to be a part of the problem.
Not him.
Unbelievable drop.
Oh,
my
that's
God.
great. Hey, by the way, guys, YouTube too. If you want to go to Lou Info on YouTube, just type it in and just click the button and then look at our.
Oh, that's right. We were going to mention this.
Yeah,
I hate to tease something and not say it.
We gotta go.
We do have to go.
We got a bunch of things coming up.
The
Don't
very
go
next
anywhere.
thing.
We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
The Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
USA Radio News. I'm John Summers. Republican House leaders say they hope to have the big, beautiful bill on President Trump's desk by Friday, although weather may put a wrench into things. House Speaker Mike Johnson said he's not sure Republicans will have full attendance for a vote this morning on the rules package for the GOP mega bill, as some lawmakers have not made it back to D.C. because of bad storms.
We're having weather delays getting everybody back right now, but assuming we have a full house, we'll get it through the Rules Committee in the morning. We'll move that forward to the floor, and hopefully we're voting on this by.
The Senate narrowly passed the massive spending package Tuesday morning. Johnson added he was monitoring the delays but had to play the cards that are dealt. Republicans hold a small margin in the House, where Democrats have said they expect to have all their members present for voting. President Trump's so pleased with Florida's alligator Alcatraz that he wants the original prison in San Francisco Bay reopened.
Tuesday, Trump was in the Sunshine State touring the new detention facility for illegal immigrants in the Everglades. The president later posted, "We're going to look into renovating and rebuilding the famous Alcatraz prison sitting high on the bay, surrounded by sharks." He added there's already conceptual work underway for the island prison. I'm Brian Shook.
The Department of Justice laid out new guidelines in an effort to strip U.S. citizenship from those who are naturalized and committed crimes. According to a memo from June 11th, the DOJ told its attorneys in the Civil Division to move to revoke citizenship from immigrants if they pose a threat to national security or gain the status through fraud by failing to acknowledge past crimes. It also said attorneys can prioritize denaturalization even for those who are facing pending criminal charges that have not yet been convicted. From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Business owners, are you paying high phone bills for old school systems and lousy service? StrongTel cuts your phone bills in half and turns every phone you own into a feature-rich business system. Sean Roddy, CEO of Hennings Brothers Drilling, had this to say: "We've been a StrongTel customer for over 10 years. It's great. It even includes an intercom with video to our equipment yard. I can watch live from anywhere with my smartphone. I'd recommend StrongTel to anyone. Never miss a customer call again with your StrongTel business system. StrongTel is a proud iTex partner and always welcomes your iTex dollars. You'll get award-winning StrongTel service, a business-class phone system, and cut your phone bill in half. So visit strongtel.com right now. That's StrongTel, StrongTel.com. StrongTel.
Iowa Governor.
Hey, listen to me. I'm one of the credit cards in your wallet. I'm about to explode and pop like a balloon. You're using me and my brothers way too much. Your credit cards aren't the only ones annoyed. It's your paycheck that doesn't have enough to pay everything. Save your credit cards, your paycheck, and yourself a lot of PAIN. Pain. Call the debt helpline now, not tomorrow, right now. Our experts will show you how you can cut your interest rates and your payments on your credit cards in half. Credit card companies have special assistance programs designed to help you. Make this 100% free call right now and learn how you could get out of credit card debt. Here's the number.
800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. That's 800-406-6569. Paid for by Zero Debt. People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rate you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. That's 800-298-0306.
Information Station presents Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
905 in Kirkwood, Missouri. Let's go on this lovely Wednesday. Hot Take Central 2.0. Cam Janssen, Brenden Schaeffer, Matthew Rocchio in the J. Randolph Jr. studio. Looking nice on YouTube, by the way. You can just go to Lou Info on YouTube. Just type that in.
Lou Info.
And then you'll see us.
Yeah.
Hi. And then you guys could chirp on there, and then you could chirp on the text line too, 314-590-3770.
YouTube likes to chirp. I
They
got
like to chirp.
from Matt. He asked, "Can someone mute Rocchio's mic?" And so now, now I'm in charge of the Lou Info. I'm logged in on YouTube, so I responded. I've been trying to mute Rocchio's mic for nearly 10 years.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
It is a little
Son of a gun. That's 3 today. I'm counting 3.
I come after Rocchio.
I don't chirp Rock.
I guess a lot of questions, but I'll lead off with who the hell you think you are?
Oh,
who do you think you are? I am. That's right.
God, always
that guy's from Missouri.
Always with the bowling quotes with you, huh?
He's from St. Anne. From St. Louis.
St. Anne, baby.
Yeah, we just say St. Louis.
Hey, Cam, is Steen going to be the new Gersh? Army will still run the show like Bowtie? ?
This is actually a huge point of contention in my head.
So break it down, because I was confusing Gersh with Hein Bloom.
We were talking about this off the air.
So go ahead.
So when the Cardinals originally had Gersh become the GM, this has been years and years ago at this point, John Mozeliak was promoted to president of baseball operations. But like as the Cardinals did it, that was never with a drop dead date on, hey, Mo is eventually going to retire or be ushered out.
Yeah.
And then Gersh will be promoted to be like really in charge of things. That wasn't the way that it, and maybe the Cardinals did a poor job of explaining that. I don't know, but fans never really understood like what is Gersh doing here, what's his role, and it was kind of a confusing thing for people.
Yes.
And so when the Blues announced this, and this was like a year ago, I'm reading this, I've got the Athletic article pulled up by Jeremy Rutherford,
our boy,
where basically, okay, Steiner is going to have this contract and he's going to become the GM after Army finishes the next couple of years, but then Army's got 3 more years as the president of hockey operations. But they framed everybody's framed that as like he's going to take a step back and Steen becomes front and center of the day-to-day and the decision-making. But like, I guess it's confusing to me because when I think about it in the context of the Cardinals, like don't think about the Hein Bloom stuff with the Cardinals because that's been more recent. But originally it was like Gersh's GM, but that is underneath Mozeliak, who is still in charge, final say on all the decisions.
Baseball
operation. Is it going to be like that for Army, even when...
I think so.
So, like, Steen is not going to be the guy with, like, the
Army's
final
in
say-so?
charge, baby. He's the president of hockey operations when Steen's going to be the GM. So, yeah, no, I think Army... I would think Army still would have the last say in everything.
But he can take a step back in terms of, like, the day-to-day minutia and meeting with the media and doing all of that. But when there's a big decision to be made,
he's got to still be making. I mean, don't you think
he's got to take input? But it's like it's still. So that's where I'm like the framing. I'm kind of curious if it's similar to how the Cardinals did theirs, or if it's very, very different. Is there a drop dead date where they're like, yeah, this is the date that Army's going to be? He's going to be not in the org like Mo after this year with the Cardinals. There's going to be a time where. Has that been planned out with Army? I haven't seen that in print of like, here's after this current Army contract that runs 4 more years, then he's going to leave. Like, I don't know if that's been 100% determined.
I thought he was done after this next contract.
If anyone has seen that
he got a raise and promoted. Basically.
I'm looking to see that written in print and you know, because I haven't seen that.
But usually the president oversees everything, even with the GM, and a lot of teams have that, and some teams don't. You know, I don't think anybody's overseeing Brad Tree living up in Toronto, but Lou Lamoriello was there. He had Kyle Dubas under him. So some teams do it. Excuse me. Some teams don't.
Right
now, I mean, Steiner's green, man. Like he's got to learn a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can only know so much when you're playing, but he's been in the game a long time. He understands it. And he's been in the mix for the past however long, even when he was playing in 19 and stuff. When did he retire? When did Steen retire? Was it after 21? After 21, because he was still on the team when they went on that run the next year after they won.
Yeah. Right,
they were dominating.
I feel like he played one more year after
Bubble hockey.
Bubble
hockey was his last year.
Okay.
Yeah, 1920 was his last year. He played 55 games, 17 points.
Oh, Kate's watching on YouTube at the house. Hi. And the puppies too. How cute is that?
Are we 3 for 3 on the spouses, B-Shafe?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, bam!
There's no chance that my wife
she's not setting up little Gabe to watch this.
No chance.
Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe if she knew it was on YouTube and he would think that's cool, but he might not think it's cool. I don't know. He might get freaked out by it.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
know.
well, no.
Where's Daddy?
What happened one time is when I was on the radio, like we were driving to the radio station for me to do the show live, but on the air, like we're listening to the station, and I was on a promo, so he could hear my voice over the radio of our car, and I was sitting next to him, and he was like bugged him
Freaked
out.
out a little
Yeah,
bit.
because he was like 1 at the time, I think, or maybe like
I'd be weirded
early
out
2.
too.
And so that was a little much for him, and so we haven't really tried again to like
when
show him.
Guy shaves his beard and then the baby can't
Yes,
stop crying
freaks
kind
out.
of thing.
Yes, that sort of thing, exactly.
I haven't shaved down to the bone in over a decade.
Are you scared about like what it might look
Yeah,
like?
because my face has changed. Because I drink too much beer, so my face is fat.
Keep that beard. You keep
my
the
face
beard.
is fat, so I have to have a beard to kind of like hide it.
It shapes. I would say it shapes your
I'm
face.
honest.
Imagine having a fat face and the zero ability to grow any facial hair whatsoever.
Let me look at you real quick. You have no facial hair, dude.
No. I'm complete baby face.
You got a little
have
bit
chest
of
hair?
No, I got no.
Me either.
I
I
like
got
my
like 3
chest hair.
chest
I
hairs.
got like no chest
I
hair.
gotta
like
show
my
YouTube
chest
your
hair.
chest hair. We're
He
gonna
likes my chest hair.
I got like no chest hair. In fairness, though, it's always worked out for me because almost every girl I've dated has been like, I'm really glad you don't have like bad back hair or like thick chest hair because that would immediately be a turn off and I would never want to see you. And I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't have to worry about that. I don't got to worry about it getting
I think
lasered it off.
Is that just what they're telling him?
If you do a lot of push-ups and you got chest hair, I think women think that's sexy. But back hair, no.
No,
I'm starting to get back
going with the baby face with a good head of hair.
Yeah, it's it,
That's
baby.
what I got going for me, and I'm
That's it.
weaponizing
Yep.
it. I don't have the hairy look, and so I can't use it, and so I've never learned how to use that. That's never been in my arsenal.
Right.
I'm not
Rock's
out here
really
shooting threes.
By the way, Rock's really showing off the legs on YouTube as
No,
well.
I am too. I gotta slow these down a little bit. These are skeets.
I like my legs. It's okay, baby.
I'm kind of hiding behind.
See these gams,
Yeah,
boys.
let's go.
I'm kind of hiding behind a chair so I get away with it. But
I don't like the way my side looks. I have to like
yeah,
tilt my
think about
way.
your profile
Man,
more.
oh,
I-
man.
I truly appreciate how vain this show is.
It's pretty good.
We're bad, eh? So anyway, I think it is interesting what's going on with Steiner and Army, but I think Army was going to be gone. I mean, I know is that not heard him talk about it like
Maybe
it's
he
over.
has, but
Although I think he could do whatever he wants.
Sure. I just
It's 3 years. I think that was the whole point of it.
I think 25-6, he is still the GM, and then he's got 3 years after that of hockey ops, which would be 4 more seasons of
That's a
him
long time.
in the Blues org.
Imagine
That's
he
what,
goes 4 more, and then he's like, I'm going to get another 4-year deal.
that's what I'm saying. I haven't
I don't
seen
know.
it said, like, after my contract, this is the last one. But if it has been said, will somebody please send me the damn link so I can stop talking wrongly
Steiner
about
has a
it?
lot to learn, man. And
Yes.
it's like,
You know what he does, though?
Pick Army's brain. He's one of the best in the business.
Steen,
ever. He's
Steen-
a Hall of Famer.
Steen looks the part. Like,
Hell yeah,
like
he
the
looks
first
the
time I
part.
saw him coming through the tunnel after a game in the suit, I was like,
Sam.
oh, yeah, he looks like an exec already.
Yes.
It works.
The way he
every
carries
time.
himself.
The way he carries him, the way he speaks, very smart.
Yeah.
Cam,
What up?
we have to figure something out.
What up?
Somebody on here is claiming that you lost a bet to them.
What bet is it?
And well, every time you keep asking what the bet is, he keeps just saying that it's for a steak dinner. No. He needs to know what the parameters were for the bet.
No, it's a steak dinner you owe me.
To know,
I understand
to
that.
know, to confirm that he lost it.
What
He's
did I lose?
Confused about what the bet was.
Yes. Tell me. And I'll buy you steak dinner. Probably
There you
at the Texas Roadhouse, but
He's saying Hawthorne Inn.
Oh, God, is
He's
that
getting
damn good.
He's getting you.
That sounds
Damn
almost like
good.
something I remember hearing about, actually.
The Hawthorne, really?
I don't remember
Oh,
the parameters of the bet, but I remember it was going to be a steak dinner at that place.
I thought it was Connor McDavid leaving and going to Anaheim or going to somewhere, and I'm like, he
You
ain't
didn't
going
make
there.
a bet when you predicted that they were gonna take it to Game 7. You didn't make a bet about that, did you? Or was that it? Was it when you said that the Oilers were going to win Game 6?
Yeah,
and
and then
force
get
it to
killed.
Game 7 and then get killed at
Yeah.
home in
I
Game
told
7?
Randy that.
You did,
but I didn't
I don't
say.
think you made a bet about that on the air, though.
I don't bet on games. You're crazy. I think he said Connor McDavid's going to get up and go to some city. I forgot what it was, and I'm like, no, he's not. He's going to L.A. or Florida or New York or probably something like that. I don't think it's going to be in Canada. I don't know. If I'm Connor McDavid, I mean, the way the media ages you up there, just like Mitch Marner. Like, I know he's kind of a squirrely guy, big time point production in this regular season. Hid, in the playoff, people chirp the hell out of him. Could have made a trade, go down for Rantanen and held it up and waited out on his contract for a bit just to get more money, more money. So yeah, people could chirp him. But on the other hand, man, God, the abuse you take up there. I heard like his family had to have bodyguards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is
Which
that
is like, what does that mean?
Is that becoming more of a thing though? Like,
I know.
Playing in Canada, playing in Toronto, it's just the juice doesn't become worth the squeeze. Do you think there's like a point of pride to play for a Canadian team for some guys
living in Canada?
But you have talked about that where maybe that's not as much the case for players after they've experienced both sides.
If you have a ton of money, you don't need what Toronto could bring you if you're just like a mid guy. Or if I played in Toronto, I mean, listen, this is the best place I could have played. Don't get me wrong. Get traded to St. Louis. You guys wouldn't even know who I was if I didn't play for the Blues. Let's be honest here.
What would you be doing today?
I don't know. I'd be in Jersey, working for them.
Yeah,
probably. Thank God Lou traded me here. Thank you, John Davidson, Al McInnes, Larry Plow. Love you. You really gave me a nice life.
Okay. By the way, the guy who keeps texting about the bet, he's listening because he just texted and said LOL, but he's not.
He's not going to say.
He just wants a freaking dinner.
You got to explain the bet here, or else you're not getting.
I think the guy could end up with the dinner if he kind of jogs our memory.
It doesn't work that way.
314 is not winning this one.
If he comes up with the info, then I think it'll count.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got to see a receipt though.
Man,
I agree.
But anyway, get him in 314-590-3770. You can go on YouTube at Lou Info and just type that in, and we're right here. And I'm just waving to my puppy dogs right now because they're just chilling on the couch.
I'm not going to wave because the last time I waved, I got in trouble. Got made fun of.
By who?
I don't know. One of you guys was like, "Who are you waving at? What are you doing?"
That sounds like a Jim Hayes thing.
I'm sorry. He's not even here.
That sounds like a Jimmy the Cat Hayes impression.
He's not even here.
What about that ball game last night?
My goodness.
What about that ball game last night?
Walked right into that.
Holy cow.
Attempt number 2.
Walked right into that one. They've been shut out 4 times over the past week.
Is that good?
No, it's not good.
Oh, okay.
But they've won 3 of the other games that they have not been shut out in. They won all 3 of them. They've won 5 of their last 9. The Pirates have won 5 in a row, though. Why did I get really loud all of a sudden?
Because somebody turned on this damn thing that they're not supposed to.
Do that.
Wow.
Sorry, don't do that.
Howard Stern would always get pissed when somebody would mess with the buttons.
I blame Rocchio. He's behind the.
Oh, you're right, Folger.
It's like I'm so loud in my ears. Anyway. Anyhow,
what about them birds?
They're not playing well. They're not. They're hurt. They're hurt.
Yes,
they're injured.
That's the big thing.
They got everybody hurt.
I mean, when Jose Fermin's getting a DH run in the lineup, that kind of accentuates a little bit of an issue. And
he was batting 1,000 coming into the game yesterday.
Today's not going to be. And he did listen. He didn't have a bad game either, but. It is what it is, and it's not going to get better today because Wilson's going to be out. NATO's probably still going to be out.
Do you say NATO?
I said NATO.
I don't think that's.
Is that like do that? NATO?
That's like NATO.
I don't like saying NATO.
NATO.
I don't like saying NATO.
It's NATO.
I like NATO.
It's not Arenado.
Nobody says NATO.
Yeah, but it's like tornado.
It's not Arenado.
NATO, whatever. NATO, fine. Arenado. So NATO is going to be out.
Do you want the lineup? I got it for you.
Oh, he's already out?
Well, sure. They're playing in like 2 minutes.
I don't know. Hit me with it. I got to do pregame.
Donovan, Wynn, Burleson, Gorman cleanup, Nootbaar, Sajasi, Fermin, Pajes, Victor Scott.
I mean, it's not bad, but I like Sajasi being in there instead of. Yeah, that's better than it was.
Sajasi's actually playing 3rd.
It's better than
yesterday.
That's better than yesterday.
But you have Arenado not in the lineup because of his little thing.
Oh.
You got Contreras not in the lineup because of his little thing.
Yep.
Hopefully that is something that you get the day off in Chicago tomorrow. You're able to get both those guys back for the weekend. But
this just gets back to my thing about how Jordan Walker is just the worst, has the worst timing in the world.
Yeah,
he'd be playing every day right now.
He'd be playing every day.
Son of a gun.
And honestly, that goes back, I think, to late last week, and so it's just a huge bummer, and we're just losing chances for him to get anything going.
He was in Pittsburgh yesterday to meet with get a look at him.
Cautionary,
but then he's going back to a rehab assignment for the weekend, so he will not join the team in Chicago. So this is not over necessarily.
Was Victor Scott safe at home?
Jose Fermin.
Was it Fermin?
Yeah,
Okay.
Fermin. I guess not. I thought he was at first. But if you look closer, and Chip Carey talked about it on the broadcast, where like his fingertips were maybe up off the plate because it's not like a
glove, right?
And then you can't really see. It's one of those where if you're like getting down to the minutia that far, it's like, okay, you're probably not going to overturn this because they always stay with the call in the field. And what you remember too about MLB replay, there is an umpire who is assigned to the New York replay room. It's an umpire. It's a guy that next weekend he's going to be on the field somewhere actually doing umpire stuff. And so a lot of times That's their brethren. If it's close, it's like my guy was right.
Yeah,
Call stands. Like I think there's a little bit of that comes into play too. And this was not conclusive, and it has to be conclusive to overturn what they said on the field, which is the way every sport does it. But it's kind of frustrating sometimes where you're like, I'm pretty sure he can't see it for sure, and you don't know 100%. Then you can't overturn it. Is the way the rule is functioned.
Eli, I don't know if you should press that button again because you turned off my mic.
Turned off mine too. Whatever you did. It happened
Start
for a
pressing
second.
buttons to see what happens.
Yeah,
because
what a line change that was. Eli Hoover for Matthew Rocchio. Look at that line change.
We just made a trade. I would say
hockey game.
I would say that
was pretty smooth though until you press that button.
I would say better trade
the button that shouldn't affect your guys' mics is the issue. But
it
anyways,
did.
I'll stop.
Yeah,
better trade than the Bolduc trade though. I think to get Eli in here over Rocchio.
I like this trade. Eli's got some size to him. 6'5", 205. Nah, what do you weigh, Eli? 190.
I think last I checked, I weighed somewhere in the 205 range. Yeah.
You're 6'5".
6'5"?
You're not.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw like a study, and it put everybody's height and what your weight class should be if you are in shape,
right,
or overweight
I don't
or
like those
obese.
studies.
Where do you think I'm at?
I don't like those. Well, they'll probably say you're obese, but you're muscular though. That's the difference.
I'm a mutant. Seriously, I'm past obese.
But that's because you don't look that way. Stop.
If I took my shirt off, you'd be like, "Oh,
you are a former professional athlete. You have a lot more.
I'm obese. That's what I said.
What's your body fat? What's your muscle mass? Your like the bison from your house, because that would not be good.
The ones that you laughed at,
they're not doing okay.
The ones that you laughed at,
they're not doing okay.
No, they're dead.
They're gone.
And you laughed at it,
and you can't even turn them into meat.
I do.
Well, Pete is going to be mad if you do.
We're going to check that out. I got my neighbors out there.
Check that.
I wonder what's going to happen with that.
They put that on Fox too.
Peter don't mess around. Did you hear my story, Eli?
No, I did not.
This was a legit local news story. I didn't believe.
Yeah, there was news where a bison escaped a little bison farm by my house.
Oh
and
yeah,
it
you were talking about that
roamed into St. Albans, and it hurt the trainer, the lead trainer.
Injured the owner.
I
All
guess.
the news stories are on it. All the news stations.
And then people were freaking out. The bison were, freaking out because it was really hot. They're getting disorganized, and they're in heat, I guess is what it's called.
Nice.
They're in the breeding mode, so they're extra kind of crazy. So they had to shoot him in the head right by our house. And then he laughed about it, and I did not like it.
They'll put me on.
I'm telling Peter.
Peter's going to put me on one of their promotions where it's like, this is who not to be.
Peter.
Don't be this guy.
Hey, let me ask you something right quick.
Okay.
The Bobby Bonilla situation.
Sure.
Why the hell did that go down? Was Bernie Madoff something to do with Bernie Madoff and the Mets?
Yeah, because maybe they didn't have the liquidity at the time to just pay him, and so they're like, let's just do it this way. He's not the only one that gets this money on July 1st. July 1st is halfway through the year, and so when you do deferrals, Shohei Ohtani, his contract with the Dodgers, there's a bunch of deferrals there, right? So Bonilla's not the only one who's had this, but he's the most prominently known because every year for still 10 more years, he's going to get this million bucks on July 1st.
1.7 or something.
From the Mets, where he barely even played for the Mets. It was a whole thing. And so he's making out pretty good. But other guys have deferrals. I don't know why it is that Bobby Bonilla, it might have been the first most prominent case where you could say, here's what the original contract was, and here's what it ended up being that they owe him every year. And he obviously made out like a bandit. But I don't know.
I think there was something to do with the owner and him being involved with Bernie and how he would make a lot more money by I don't know. It's bizarro land, but you imagine that? What a great gig. And I think it was only a $5 million contract.
That's what I'm saying.
He
gets $1.19 million every year, and it was 5.9 originally. So that turns into $35 million basically.
Is that not bizarre to you?
No, it's weird.
Eli's got his finger.
One of my favorite versions of this is Bruce Sutter just stopped getting paid 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how old he was, but they started in 1991, and he got $1.12 million every July 1st until 2022, and a final payment of $9.1 million.
He got a lump sum at the end.
So how did that go down? What did he? I don't get it.
So basically, like Brenden was saying, it's just a matter of we don't have this money now, and so it's going to be easier to pay you later, a smaller amount, pay you some now, pay you some later, and the players are like, you know what? I mean, I'm getting millions of dollars. 30 years later, in Bruce Sutter's case, of course, I'm going to take
And the reason, and you mentioned the Madoff at the time, agreed to this. Mets ownership was invested in what Bernie Madoff was doing before he was found to have been a fraud.
Oh boy!
And so, like, they're thinking we're getting double-digit returns every year. We're going to make a huge profit on all of this with Madoff. And so, like, even though we're going to ultimately pay out more to Bobby Bonilla here by putting this cash that we have liquid right now into all this investment stuff, the percentages and the money is actually going to come out in our favor big time. Well, we know what happened.
How long was the Bernie Madoff thing?
How long ago was it?
When did he get caught? It wasn't that
it's
long?
It's been a while.
20 or 15 years ago.
I would still take the over, but 15's closer.
Was it just a Ponzi scheme?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, just like the Richard or
I'm relying on the internet here. The Bell stuff is funny too.
Yeah, man, oh man.
I have 2008 here.
Okay.
17 years.
2008. Yeah. It all came crashing down.
Kind of makes sense.
He
Yeah.
lived a pretty good life for a while though, because he was an old man. Did he go to jail or did he kill himself or anything? Usually when you're living luxury
sentenced to
life.
150 years.
Oh, man, he ain't lasting long in prison.
Well, I think is he with us still?
I
What's
don't
the story?
know.
No, he's not. He passed away in 2021.
Oh,
so
really?
He made it 13 years in there.
13 years.
12, 13 years.
Yeah,
he was
man.
82 when he passed away.
82.
I hate to ask that. Life is this guy with us? I don't know. What's the story? Google
Is it worth living a luxury life, ripping people off like that until you're 70, and then all of a sudden you suck up jail for 8 years the rest of your life? But boy, oh boy, you
don't you have a guilty conscience though?
Yeah.
Surely you have to feel bad about what you did.
No doubt, man.
At that scale too. I mean, that's a large scale operation.
I asked Rock for $25 million, $25 million, tax free. Would you go to jail for 2 months?
Ooh,
I said a year for Rock. He said, hell nah.
Wouldn't do it for a year.
I would.
I would not do it for a year.
No, not a year. That's too long. 2 months.
2 months is
max prison, baby.
That's even tough, man.
Max prison.
Oh no, because I'm not making it out of there.
I think they do.
I didn't say die. I just I'm not.
You might.
I'm not coming out
his girlfriend.
I'm not coming out the same.
25 million. Man,
I just think about my kid. I don't want to be without him for 2 months. I don't even want to. I'm thinking about doing a work trip. I don't even want to leave him for a week.
But you also think about you want to support him and have him live the
right. That's the other part.
Ever. So basically, you're getting $25 million to suck it up and be tortured for 2 months.
I don't know.
Boy, oh boy, you got 25 schmilly to give to Gabriel.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
It's a tough question. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows until you know, man.
And you're never going to know because I don't think anybody's ponying up. I don't think I'm being offered this opportunity in reality.
There's some jails like if you
Mr. Beast might offer it. I don't know.
Max prison, that's tough. But if you got to go down to Rolla for a month.
I'm sure Bernie Madoff
ended up. He wasn't that bad.
I'm sure
Bernie up a couple guys.
Bernie Madoff probably didn't end up in he was probably cush.
He probably had something place. That who's the one lady who still looks really pretty? Martha
Stewart.
Martha Stewart. She looks great, by the way. But she went to jail for a little bit, didn't she? She went to one of those jails.
Insider trading.
She kicked her feet up. She had I think a TV, had her own place, kind of like a nursing home, something like that, Yeah,
it was definitely something that wasn't very like what we think of as prisons and like movies and TV shows.
No, this was a luxury kind of like, half house or whatever they're called.
Madoff went to medium security.
Okay.
So it's not the minimum security country club type of vibe. So he at least had to suffer a little bit, I guess. I don't know.
He was hair braiding probably for a little bit. If Bonilla doesn't get hurt for the cards, LaRussa would have done everything possible to play him over Pujols.
No.
And we don't experience the greatness of number.
I don't believe that's true.
5. Did I mess up a word?
No, I think the hair braiding thing got him. It got me too.
No,
you just kind of throw stuff in there sometimes.
You were reacting
to my reaction
because Brenden, you started reading the text, and I thought you were like surprised at how loud he was, and you kind of did like a jump, and so I was laughing at Brenden jumping.
I reacted to
the hair braiding.
You just throw it in there like so nonchalant.
I always tell Andy he'd be a hair braider.
Oh my gosh.
So what's he talking about?
So Bobby Bonilla got injured in 2001, end of spring training when they called up Albert. But that spring, Albert Pujols was just out of his mind. And I believe Tony La Russa has said this a number of occasions since. Albert was going to make the team, but the roster move ends up being, well, Bonilla goes on the injured list or the disabled list at the time. And Pujols is in on the roster spot that Bonilla occupied. So like everybody thinks, oh, if Bonilla hadn't gotten injured, Pujols would not have made the team. But I believe what is actually true about that is if Bonilla hadn't gotten injured, somebody else was SOL. Like they'll never have to say who it was. Maybe they have, but it's like somebody else was probably getting cut or getting sent to the minors or something. They had already decided that Pujols was making it. The procedural aspect was made simpler by Bonilla having an injury, and so Pujols was able to join the roster without them having to get rid of a player.
Did he?
Because
was he drafted? Pujols? Sorry about the ignorance.
Yeah. No, yeah,
he was.
He was drafted. Yeah.
And was he a big time like prospect at the time, or did he come on the scene and say, "I'm the man, baby"? And everybody's like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah, it was kind of more like that. Like,
really?
He went to like a community college out Kansas City way.
Really?
And he was drafted in the 13th round.
That's what I mean. Interesting.
In '99. There was a story about a Tampa Bay Rays, I guess at the time would have been Devil Rays scout, who was insistent, like, we need to get this guy, and then they didn't listen to him, and the Cardinals ended up with him in the 13th round.
Wow.
Yeah. He's like, I would have drafted him in the first round.
How do you not know he's a?
I don't know.
He's a killer.
Yeah, there's been a lot written and said about that, where it's like you could maybe see the signs, but he wasn't considered that as a pro. I mean, Kansas City Community College, it's not like he was playing at Vanderbilt, So he was. I guess not a lot of teams were quite as aware of him. And
did he dominate though?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he did at that collegiate level. I'll have to go back and see if I can find his stats.
What up? Is that the best pick any St. Louis sports teams ever made?
Probably so. I mean,
think about it.
Yeah, 13th round.
13th round, and you get. Oh, I mean, you get
the greatest right-handed hitter I've ever seen.
Yeah, and he's on the Mount Rushmore of athletes.
Yeah,
in St. Louis. It's unbelievable. All right, let's go to break. Let's regroup. We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
In your city with Kelly and Gordon. It's the hottest happy hour in STL radio. A high-energy, high-impact weekday radio show blending relationship values, celebrity buzz, community love, and sharp business insight. This is where storytelling meets strategy. It's the pulse of the city, bringing the energy, stories, and voices of STL to life. In your city with Kelly and Gordon. Weekday afternoons at 4, only on the Lou Information Station.
Fenton Bar and Grill, home of the best trash wings in the St. Louis area and the best servers in town. Fenton Bar and Grill is located on Rudder Road in Fenton, just minutes away from the soccer park. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., so anytime is a good time to enjoy Fenton Bar and Grill. While you're there, say hi to Chuck, the 2024 Mater D of the Year. And know you'll always be around people that love sports. It's a guaranteed great time at Fenton Bar and Grill. Learn more at FentonBarandGrill.com.
Running out of space? Turn any room into a guest room in seconds with a custom Murphy bed from St. Louis Closet Company. Our sleek, space-saving Murphy beds fold up seamlessly, giving you more room for life and style. Pair it with custom closets, desks, or shelving for the ultimate multi-use space. Call 314-781-9000 or visit stlouisclosetco.com to schedule your free in-home consultation today.
Hey everyone, Cam Janssen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City. 314-344-4400.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. Sheriff's deputies in Franklin County shot and killed 3 bison Tuesday after the animals escaped a nearby corral and injured one of their owners. Franklin County Sheriff Steve Pelton said the bison were approaching the community of St. Albans after escaping the nearby farm, and deputies couldn't take the risk to the public. The St. Louis Fire Department announced the line-of-duty death of a firefighter. Lee Krause, a 27-year veteran of the department, died Tuesday after experiencing a medical emergency while on duty Sunday. The department did not give further details on his cause of death. His decades of service to the citizens of St. Louis reflect a life of dedication, sacrifice, and honor, said the fire department in a statement. An Australian domestic flight was delayed for 2 hours after a stowaway snake was found in the plane's cargo hold, said officials on Wednesday. The snake was found on Tuesday as passengers were boarding at Melbourne Airport for Brisbane. That according to snake catcher Mark Pelly. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Sandy Connor.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We have a cold front off to our west. It will stay pretty hot around our area today, though. A shower or thunderstorm possible. Mix of sun and clouds, and we're headed for about 90 and very humid. The heat index at about 100. Might get some showers overnight. We're in the upper 60s and then slightly cooler on Tuesday, sunny and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com.
Let's talk about your health insurance. There are a lot of reasons why people need affordable health insurance. But here's the bottom line. You know you need affordable health insurance. For you, a spouse, a family member, whatever. I'm going to give you a free hotline to call to find affordable health insurance that can cover all your health insurance needs in case you get sick or have an emergency. Plus, cover vision, dental, and more. And there are no long-term commitments. You can keep your plan as long as it's affordable and for the price of a cup of coffee. We're not talking about one of those fancy coffees. For the price of a regular cup of coffee a day, you can have quality, affordable health insurance. Call the Health Insurance Hotline for a free quote.
800-373-8414. 800-373-8414. 800-373-8414. That's 800-373-8414.
Listen up, fellow timeshare owners. If you're a timeshare owner and you want out at all costs, you're done, frustrated, tired of wasting money, you don't use the darn thing. Get out now. Hire the best Bulldog timeshare cancellation team in the business. Their in-house legal team, headed by a timeshare cancellation lawyer, can help you fight the biggest and baddest companies out there that sell timeshare. At some point, you were using your timeshare, but now you're not, and you're tired of wasting money. Before you go to the poorhouse, call right now and learn how you can stop the maintenance fees and put more money back in your pocket. Their services cost you a lot less than you think, and you'll save a lot of money over time. Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline now. It's a free consultation.
800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. That's 800-824-5131.
The Lou Information Station. Yeah, we're a talk station, but not your daddy or granddaddy or great-granddaddy's talk station. We're the new kids on the block. No, not those new kids, just regular new kids. Anyway, the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 online at louinfo.com. And we actually know what all of that means. Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
9:30 there. Ooh, you turned that down quick.
Slide it slow.
Slide that bad boy.
Bring it back up. Can you bring it back up? Does it work, Eli, or is it already gone? It's gone.
It's gone already.
Okay,
yeah.
That's okay.
It's all good, baby.
Give that we're just workshopping on the air. It's just like a narrow little slide. Oh yeah. You just get it, you slide it down low,
right in, baby.
So that it sounds like, we're just chilling. We're just
there. It is.
You know,
just chilling.
Normally I'm better at it, but I'm so confuzzled as to how the board got this way.
Yeah.
In the hour
Rocchio screwed it up.
I have nightmares still about that board because when
you had to do a line change, live on the air.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not trying to chirp you.
Rocchio, how the board got this way. I'm not saying it is Rocchio's fault, but
It probably is.
But I am saying that it was fine when I left it.
Who else would have done it if it wasn't Rocchio?
If you ask the YouTube chat, they would blame it on Rocchio because they're blaming Rocchio for everything.
Yeah, get into that.
Here's some of the comments. Jeff said, and you can join on YouTube as well. Just search Lou Info. It's 7 letters. And subscribe to the channel because Hot Take Central 2.0 should be live on YouTube most days. We're getting this going, and we're going to keep it going. And apparently Cam wants you to see his chest hair.
Although Rachel didn't like it, but go ahead.
Well, not a fan. Jeff said, where does Rock scamper off to every day at this time? Which is fair criticism. Today, he's actually doing another show on YouTube now for the STL Sports Central channel. They're talking Cardinals baseball over there. And then on other days, he's preparing for the Randy Carricker show, which airs at 10 a.m. on STL Sports Central via YouTube. Rooster, though, says, I'd take Eli over Rock any day. So I think
Rock gets chirped on their hardcore.
And Matt with a Eli greater sign, Rocchio. So it seems pretty clearly. The one thing they do want Eli to learn is how to play the drops, but it's all going to come in time.
There's a lot going on in front of him right now.
There's a lot going on.
And it's kind of messed up for some reason, and he's doing a pretty dang good
We
job
think
of keeping
Rocchio
everything
did it.
together.
We're not 100% sure, but we think it was him.
Yeah, but
that is something if I was here longer every day, I would be able to do, but it's just a matter of most days I'm only here for 10 minutes. So it's getting that stuff up.
We're going to make those 10 minutes count. We're going to make them count.
Somebody's like, are we talking federal prison or state prison? Yeah, that's a big difference, man. I mean, it's a big difference. Hey, guys, just a little update because we got TV on.
Little update.
Diddy's coming home. Woohoo!
Is that what it says?
No, I don't know if he's coming home, but it says
misinformation.
Misinformation. Sean Combs convicted of transportation to engage in prostitution, but not guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking.
Which are like the bigger ones, I guess, the ones that are more bad. I don't know. It all
how
sounds
old
bad.
is he now? He's probably almost 60.
Old enough to know, but
I think he looks terrible right now. Actually, he looks, you age when you go through that.
He's 55.
55. So what do you think, Eli? You think he's going to keep the rest of his life in jail, or you think he's going to, 5 years? What are you thinking?
By no means is it going to be the rest of his life, but we were talking about this during the break a little bit. It's going to be a very similar situation to a lot of like mobsters back in the day where they can only get them on smaller things and they're going to pump up the sentence on those things. So like
Max
you're saying,
charges, maybe.
So 2 counts of transportation, and so can't imagine it's going to be super long sentences, but they probably will consecutive them instead of like doing them concurrent. So put them one after the other instead of doing them at the same time. So I can't imagine it's going to be any more than 5 to 10 years.
I'm seeing maximum of 10. Some people think 5 to 7.
Right, 2.
But would they give him the maximum because they're like, yeah, you probably did it, but we can't prove it? I know you can't do that officially.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's going to be somewhere along the lines of if the max is 10 years, I imagine they'll run them consecutive and it'll get somewhere along the lines of 15.
But that means he's out in like 5 because that's just the way it always works. Like it reminds me of you remember the OJ thing when they got him on like kidnapping because he was trying to get his memorabilia back and held people in a hotel room, and so they're like they put the maximum on that they could because they're like, you probably did that other stuff. You probably did that other stuff, but we didn't get you for it, and so we're going to try to get you for this.
Remember Charlie Tuna? I had asked Charlie Tuna.
Oh my gosh, he broke FCC that day.
Oh my God. We're just like, did OJ do it? He goes, oh hell no.
I was sitting in that corner. I was in that back corner, and I was just like, press the elevator button. I'm like, I'm ejecting.
Matty Whitener too. He'll tell you. He's like, nope.
This conversation.
He's like, nope, and he'll have a smile on his face when he says no.
Matt Whitener, but it's maybe a little bit of a difference for Charlie Tuna in the way he feels about it.
He goes, oh hell no. Like, interesting. Cam, I turned 55 and I still got games, still playing just to stay in shape. My freaking phone rings nonstop, always looking for a goalie. Oh, good for you, dude. Oh, you got those. What are those pads? You got those white pads going on, man. Good for you, man. Seriously, you will always. If you play hockey, man, you need a goalie. Usually, goalies don't pay either. Whenever you get charged like $10 to go.
Oh, really?
Skate,
because they feel bad for the goalie having to take the shots. Is that what it is?
You need a goalie. You don't have a goalie.
You're not playing.
You're gonna have to turn it. It ruins everything.
Yeah,
it ruins everything.
Can a skater come in and play goalie and just do it? Is that what they have to do?
Oh hell no!
No, not a thing.
You can't just go. It's not like going from pitcher to catcher where you could figure that out. You play. If I played goalie, I would look so stupid.
Yeah,
and I would rip my groin out. And I would do something where I'd get out and I would turn my back and somebody would shoot the puck and hit the back of my head because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Could I say I've never played hockey and I can barely skate? I think I could do it. I could do the goalie thing, like just in like a pickup capacity. I wouldn't be good, but I could do it. And I could because I played goalie in soccer. That was like my thing. I would dive around and stuff. I'm not saying I would be effective.
What does do it mean? Meaning I come down and go bar down on you every single time.
Your game gets to happen. You don't have to. The show will go on.
You would get hit one time in the face, I think.
I'm wearing a mask, am I not?
Yeah, you get rocked, dude.
I would need a mouth guard,
You'd have a concussion.
I think I'd be okay.
You'd be having a concussion.
Not with you. Like, I'm not.
Well, who are we playing against?
People that didn't play in the league, probably.
Well, whatever.
Can I play with me? Yeah, I'm not going to do it for the Blues alumni. I just want to, like, you're at the local rink and they're like, oh, crap.
Players everywhere.
Our goalie didn't show.
If you just showed up at a local rink on 10 o'clock, there's some damn good players out there, man.
I'm saying, let me say this. I'm giving up a lot of goals. I'm surviving the game. I'm going to make sure your game happens, and I'm going to be okay after.
What if I toe pick and I fall into you? When was the last time you got hit?
I mean, it would be.
When was the last time you got your belt wrong?
I would feel it. But I'm scrappier and tougher than you think.
We have to protect you.
I know.
You already got shot up downtown. That pissed me off more than anything.
That did happen.
I was about to call my boys up to go drag them out of that car.
You're fired up about
it. Man, that made me mad.
I know.
Holy cow.
Tough times. You see this on the text line? I'm
What?
pretty disappointed that Cole has not called in to chirp his Pirates winning the series. He's a big Pirates guy. He hasn't called.
He's
He
a
hasn't,
monster
I think
Pirates
he's
fan.
forgotten about us.
What else? He's a fan of a lot of things.
Oh, he's kind of fake in some capacities when it comes to that.
I can't do that, by the way.
No.
Like, and I love my boys, the Spittin' Chicklets, man. Biz and Whit and those guys. But they jump on a team, and they're like, I'm the biggest fan. I'm like, I can't.
But do they change teams from time to time?
Yeah,
and they're kind of.
all
I
the
think they have
time.
to kind of go with whatever the narrative is. They're a national show, right? Like
They
they've got a
have
lot of
to.
teams they want to give some love to.
They have to. I just don't get excited. I mean, the Blues affects us. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
If
Nobody thinks you're faking
win,
it
if
when
the
it's the
Devils
Blues,
win,
you
I'm
know?
like, that doesn't do anything for me now.
You're
The
a Blues
Blues
guy.
win. You know, we live here, so I couldn't get too. I don't know.
That's
too
how I
excited
feel
about
when it
anything.
comes to the NFL, where like, oh, I would love to have a football team that I'm like a diehard for. But when St. Louis lost the Rams, that was the team I enjoyed. And now I'm just kind of like a nomad and I can't really feel that emotional connection. I would like to, but I can't fake it. That's what I've said
You're
since
a
the Rams
Mizzou.
left.
You love Mizzou.
I'm a Mizzou guy.
Number one.
That's it.
Past anything. Cardinals. I know you talk about them every single day.
No,
You
I
do a
grew
damn
up.
good job.
I grew up a Cardinals fan, but the fandom has been sucked out of me for the job that I do. It's like I'm covering it from more of a professional capacity, and so like I like when they do well. I want them to do well, but it's not. The phrase I always use is it does not ruin my day when they lose anymore, and it used to. Like when Holiday dropped the pop fly in 2009 against the Dodgers in the playoffs. I mean, I was a wreck, and I was like in high school by now. I was like, grow up, who cares? But I was just like a diehard fan, and then I started doing this job, and I was, deer in the headlights a little bit at first, but then I'm like, okay, I kind of know how it works now, and the fandom is gone, where it's just like it's just not there.
What's
way
the
it
most
was.
depressing plays that happened to a St. Louis team that devastated the fans here?
This is a sad topic to
Hi,
bring
Rock.
up.
How are you? There he is, guys. Let him have it. Let's stare at him.
Rock's going to say this soccer thing that
Stare
happened.
at him, guys, on YouTube. Matt Rocchio's back in.
They can all see your butt.
What is it? The three. I got one for hockey.
Okay.
Oh, hello. Hi. How are you? Hey, I don't know.
In my ear.
There
Now
you-
it's there.
Hi. How are you? Welcome back. How about we go to
See?
break? How about you want to
Go to break.
Should we go to break?
We should
real
go to
quick?
break anyway, though. It's fine that we're fine, but let's go to break.
Let's go to
and
break.
then we'll answer Cam's
What are we
question.
doing? Let's go to break. We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
She's interviewed over 17,000 authors, athletes, actors, entrepreneurs, and more. Tune in late nights at 11 p.m. for America Tonight with Kate Delaney, only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Tired of the mess? Let's fix that fast. St. Louis Closet Co. delivers custom designed closets locally made and professionally installed. From master closets to mudrooms, we do it all right here in Maplewood, Missouri. Support local, get organized, feel amazing. Call 314-781.
Hey, everyone. Cam Janssen here. City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility. Signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs and Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City. 314-344-4400.
Summer in St. Louis means one thing: Cardinals baseball. It's more than a game. It's an STL tradition. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the boom of the fireworks. It's the soundtrack to summer for Cardinals Nation. So grab your cap and glove and take your spot in the stands, because in St. Louis, baseball is more than a melody. It's our favorite song.
This is former Cardinal and Navy Lieutenant Mitch Harris. Salute those who serve. Join the Cardinals on Friday, July 11th for Military Appreciation Week, presented by Boeing. With a special themed ticket, fans will take home an exclusive Cardinals 40-ounce tumbler, honoring all 6 military branches. Arrive early for a powerful pregame concert by the U.S. Air Force Band on the Budweiser stage. And best of all, a portion of each ticket benefits USO Missouri. You get your tickets at cardinals.com/think. St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. Sheriff's deputies in Franklin County shot and killed 3 bison Tuesday after the animals escaped a nearby corral and injured one of their owners. Franklin County Sheriff Steve Pelton said the bison were approaching the community of St. Albans after escaping the nearby farm, and deputies couldn't take the risk to the public. The St. Louis Fire Department announced the line-of-duty death of a firefighter. Lee Krause, a 27-year veteran of the department, died Tuesday after experiencing a medical emergency while on duty Sunday. The department did not give further details on his cause of death. His decades of service to the citizens of St. Louis reflect a life of dedication, sacrifice, and honor, said the fire department in a statement. An Australian domestic flight was delayed for 2 hours after a stowaway snake was found in the plane's cargo hold, said officials on Wednesday. The snake was found on Tuesday as passengers were boarding at Melbourne Airport for Brisbane. That according to snake catcher Mark Pelly. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Sandy Connor.
Here's your louinfo.com weather update. We have a cold front off to our west. It will stay pretty hot around our area today, though. A shower or thunderstorm possible. Mix of sun and clouds, and we're headed for about 90 and very humid. The heat index at about 100. Might get some showers overnight. We're in the upper 60s, and then slightly cooler on Tuesday, sunny and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
This 4th of July, remember the men and women of our military fighting for our freedom. This salute courtesy of 314 Sports Cards and Collectibles, your local card shop. See our large selection of sports cards, TCG, and collectibles. Chase the hits and break with us. Call 314-731-6441 or visit 314sportscards.com. That's 314 Sports Cards and Collectibles. Thanking our customers and proudly supporting our heroes in uniform.
Fenton Bar and Grill, home of the best trash wings in the St. Louis area and the best servers in town. Fenton Bar and Grill is located on Rudder Road in Fenton, just minutes away from the soccer park. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., so anytime is a good time to enjoy Fenton Bar and Grill. While you're there, say hi to Chuck, the 2024 Mater D of the Year. And know you'll always be around people that love sports. It's a guaranteed great time at Fenton Bar and Grill. Learn more at fentonbarandgrill.com.
If you've been thinking about improving your smile, now's the perfect time. Hi, I'm Dr. Otto from Otto Orthodontics. We offer free consultations, the newest techniques, and treatment that's faster, more comfortable, and tailored just for you. Whether it's Invisalign, braces, whitening, or even Botox. We're Missouri's #1 Invisalign provider with 5 convenient locations. And here's something special. Mention this ad when you schedule your free consult, and you'll get $1,000 off your treatment. Visit AutoOrtho.com to book your free consult today.
590 AM, just like any other St. Louisan. We may go away, but we always come back. The Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Get your content when you want it, how you want it. louinfo.com. Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Yeah, baby, 9:53 on a Wednesday. This is the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at louinfo.com. If you want to call in, 855-282-8255. If you want to text in, it's 314-590-3770. 590-3770. And we're on YouTube. All you have to do is go on YouTube, search Lou Info, and it pops right up, baby. Like, hi, what's
Hello.
up, baby?
You said the top moment in St. Louis sports that just
City.
What'd you have?
Well, it's Stevie Y. Eisenman in 97, bar down in double overtime when Greta turned the puck over at center ice.
Yeah.
That's mine.
That's your number one?
With Tom Brady going.
Well, I mean, Vinatieri with the
Vinatieri,
with the
that's
field
right.
goal to end that Super Bowl is probably up there for football fans. I honestly,
Matt Rocchio walking in here and destroying things.
That was rough. Yep. That was rough for everybody. We all had to deal with that. More recent, it's not what it did when you blow a 2-goal lead.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
With like 90 seconds to go.
Shave, I forgot about that. What am I thinking?
You've memory hold it. You've completely buried it. I mean, that just happened.
That was god awful.
It was the last game they played.
I had Channel 2 at my house filming me.
Really?
My
No, you
reaction.
did
Yes,
not.
I did. They're at my house.
They're
It
like,
was
well,
late.
we're gonna get rid of that tape.
I'm tired. The lights were off.
What did you do? What was your reaction?
That sucks.
And like you have this awareness.
The
that you're
camera's on you. I'm
camera.
like, what am I? Like, what just happened?
It's like, can I go to bed?
Yeah, no, I couldn't. It was like double,
Oh
like,
my goodness.
it was really, really bizarre.
Went another hour.
Another hour.
You kind of feel like they were going to lose though at that point. Like once that happens,
100%.
You're like, how is it going to happen?
I knew it was, dude. It's over.
We were at a bowling alley. We were in the bar with like maybe a dozen people left, and I was like, I will buy a round for everybody in this bar if they win this game somehow. Like if they win, and I tweeted it too. I was like, I want to be held accountable. I was just willing to do anything. I was like, can we just somehow?
You better.
That's
watch,
what I said.
You better watch that.
No, there was like, I told people on Twitter, I'm like, come on over to the bowling alley. I'll tell you where I am. I was trying to manifest.
You'll get some
my own
over there.
That I was just trying to do anything for the team. I was trying to do my part.
Man,
because I told you about my fandom with the Cardinals is like, it's not the same. I don't have it anymore. I'm doing it in professional. I haven't covered the Blues as much. I covered the 2019 Cup run, but like, it's a little bit more like, oh my gosh, can we just win for the city? Like of
course,
I get into the Blues stuff where it's like, I don't feel as bad about being not totally objective when it comes to Blues because I was never as close to it. And so I'm like, it's fine. I don't.
But what about Mizzou? What was the heartbreaker with Mizzou?
Oh my gosh, where do you Dave Green in the corner?
Well, what's the big one? But what's the biggest?
The kick six, the fifth down. I either wasn't alive or was an infant for those. So like, experienced those live, but plenty. More just Norfolk State.
There's a lot in there.
Norfolk State. Yeah, that's one. That was before my freshman year. The one that more recently that doesn't like rate with people, when Nate Pete a couple years ago fumbled the ball out of the end zone in overtime against Auburn. And like Mizzou wasn't great that year, but basically Mizzou's kicker missed a chip shot. And then in overtime, their kicker made a field goal. So Mizzou's down 3. But it's like the guy's stretching for the goal line, going to score. And if he just goes out of bounds, it's 1st and goal from the half-inch line, so we're going to win anyway. And he fumbles the ball out of the back of the end zone, which is a turnover. Mizzou loses the game. I went and sat in the shower, sat down on the ground in the shower, turned it on, and didn't speak to anybody. Just turned water on for like 30 minutes and sat there.
God.
So that was a tough one for more reason. That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but Mizzou's
got a bunch of them. A bunch of them.
What's the best moments with Mizzou? TJ Moe miracle?
That was
I had to listen to every single day.
But that was only relief, by the way, because they were supposed to win that game, and then the fact that they were going to lose it was going to be like, let's get the pitchforks out, and so it was more like a sense of relief. Like, oh, thank goodness they didn't blow this game to a team that they were supposed to.
Not only that, I hear that every single day on our intro. TJ would talk about it every single day after our intro. We're like, we know about it. Because you talked about it yesterday and the day before and the day before. He couldn't help himself. Man, worst St. Louis sports losses for me. Blues triple overtime loss against Detroit. Rams Super Bowl against Patriots. Battlehawks every time they're in the playoffs. Spartan 4-4. Interesting.
It's nice that the Battlehawks rate for him, though. That ranks up there.
He loves Battlehawks.
He's into it.
He's into I'm just...
it's cool. No, I'm into it.
Oh, yeah? How into it? Oh, yeah. How many games did you go to?
I've been to a game.
Oh, yeah, last year?
No, I've been to a game in my life.
Missed a couple of... Okay.
I've been to a game ever.
Big-time fan. He's a big-time fan.
I wouldn't say big-time, but I...
How about you, Eli? You go to
I have a hat.
Battlehawks game?
Yeah, so my granddad has season tickets.
There you go.
One for like the people in my house, my parents, my brothers, and I, and then 2 for my aunt and whoever she wants to go with.
My season Mizzou tickets just showed up in my ticket account this week.
Oh, hell yeah.
They showed up. They popped up, and they're there.
How much are those?
I'll tell you later, but they weren't that expensive.
Okay.
The reason I'll tell you later because I'm worried Mizzou's going to probably change the price next year because of all the NIL stuff, and they're trying to up it up.
Oh yeah, they got to spend some money.
I did it right, and I'm going to have a lot of fun this year as a result.
All right. Well, good job today, man. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah,
today,
love
man.
it.
Got an 11 o'clock game against the Pirates today. I like
Don't
those
get
games.
swept.
I got to do some yard work again. Hopefully, I don't get poison ivy. Eli, you did a dang good job, and we will have drops when Eli's there because he knows how to do them. We're going to do that tomorrow, our last day of the week. We will see all you guys tomorrow. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Fenton Bar and Grill, home of the best trash wings in the St. Louis area. Servers in town. Fenton Bar and Grill is located on Rudder Road in Fenton, just away from the soccer park. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Time is a good time to enjoy Fenton Bar and Grill. While you're there, say hi to Chuck, 2024 Mater D of the Year. And know you'll always be around people that love sports. It's a guaranteed great time at Fenton Bar and Grill. Learn more at FentonBarandGrill.com.
If you've been thinking about improving your smile, now's the perfect time. Hi, I'm Dr. Otto from Otto Orthodontics. We offer free consultations, the newest techniques, and treatment that's faster, more comfortable,